IVM.
TFG Football is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like Made in India, hosted by May Thomas, where she brings exclusive acoustic sessions and interviews with the best independent musicians in India.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Hello, welcome guys. Here we are once again with a new episode of the TFG Indian Football Podcast. I'm your host Suju, and we are also here to, clear off all your Monday blues, which also helps us, come out of a Monday blues. Now, before I get on with the show, a little bit of apologies to everyone. I didn't mention on the Twitter, but I was wanting to say it here. It was my bad, my mistake that I didn't even rectify that later on. The player that I mentioned on the show about under 17 player playing for ATK was Komal Tattal is what I meant to say, but it so happened that I took Preetham Kotal's name. Apologies once again for that. And moving on, now we had a bloody good weekend, right? Just to add upon a little bit of personal shit, I was all waiting for the derby. I'm sure everybody was. And what a game that was. I was sleeping, but thanks to the FootMob app, that gives you notification. So that woke me up, and then the match kept me up throughout. Now I have Chiranjeev joining us via phone call. Kevin couldn't be here. But this show, when we're talking about the derby, is going to be we're starting with that. That's a major focus at the moment. One, it's going to be a little biased because we have one, Chiranjeev is a Mohun Bagan fan. Second, I loved Mohun Bagan's performance, and I'm sure everyone did. East Bengal I don't know what they were doing on the field, but let's start with the Mohun Bagan East Bengal versus Mohun Bagan, that Kolkata Derby. Chiranjeev, you're on the train right now. I mean, at the moment of recording. Are you going to be in the train when the show might be out?
I will still be on the train, yes. But it seems like, Mohun Bagan's journey towards recovery has begun.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. It seemed like before the match, it did not seem like Mohun Bagan had any chance to win.
Yeah.
It just seemed set up for East Bengal's revival stage. They would get back in the title race and everything. Mohun Bagan were having a that time. It had just come out that Sony Node is leaving I think he's going to Argentina to get a operation.
Okay.
He's out for season. All of those things, all that negativity was surrounding Mohun Bagan, and you could see that in the result of the crowd. I think while around more than 30,000, East Bengal fans showed up.
Mm-hmm.
I think about 25,000 Mohun Bagan fans showed up.
Okay.
So, yeah, it seemed like there was no way East Bengal were not getting at least a draw from this match.
Right.
Draw would be a bad result for them. But just nobody could have expected the match to turn out the way it did.
Now,
from the very first second.
Yeah.
I think I had just was it the first tweet that we put out on our live update, or the second? Yeah, it was the second tweet. Like the first tweet went, and then the goal happened, and everybody just went crazy. You were sleeping. You were not even watching that game.
I was watching that game. Yeah, I just said, right, because, what do you say? I just told, before the tweets, I just started off saying that I was sleeping, but thanks to the FootMob app, it woke me up right on time. It gives you notifications, right? So it woke me up, and I was eager to watch the match, so I was glad that happened. And after that, once the match started, I didn't even probably shut my eyes after. I only shut after the match got over. It was an amazing game.
Yeah. So before the match, I was meeting up with some of my Mohun Bagan supporting friends.
Yeah.
And one person just made we were saying like what might happen in the match. And one guy said, the guy we have been cursing for the past month may just turn out to be the hero today. And everybody laughed at him. Of course, he was talking about Dika.
Yeah. And guess what happened?
Then the goal happened.
Yeah.
And it was a mind-blowing moment.
Yeah.
But what's so interesting about this whole that goal was that it was created by the Indian winger, Nikhil Kapil.
Yeah.
One of the most underrated wide players in the country right now.
Yeah.
We saw how well he played at Mumbai FC, at Pune FC. He went out, went up the red flag, put in the cross, and Akram Mograbi, you have to, give credit to him. He headed it down towards Bika perfectly.
Yeah,
Perfectly.
I mean, credit to him. I mean, I would call. I know, like I tweeted this also after post the match that yes, goals win you matches. So definitely Dika played a good role and a key role to get those goals. But for me, the man of the match or hero of the match, you want to call, was Akram. He was a delight to watch on the field. What a brilliant game that guy had.
Yeah, and just one of the things that I think East Bengal miscalculated, they took Dika too lightly. Okay, the guy was the top scorer of I-League last season, for God's sake.
Yeah.
He has been going through a bad run of form. He was not finishing properly. That doesn't mean he's going to be in a bad form every single day.
Yeah.
He got the chance. The ball went in. I think the East Bengal defense had still not woken up, and that sort of whipped him back into confidence. That,
right.
Yeah, today, my game is on point. Then the second stroke of luck happened. Very terrible for East Bengal. Very lucky for Mohun Bagan that Alamna got injured, and I think that's where the game got properly even.
Yeah.
Because Mohun Bagan don't have Soni Node, don't have Yuta Kinowaki. East Bengal also lost a star, and now it was a game of wild card play. And this is where Khalid Jamil got exposed, was that he did not have a plan to play without Alamna. It just seems like, last season also his plans at ISL FC were heavily dependent on the Alamna. But here on the big stage that Alamna got injured, he didn't know how to make up for his absence. And that's where East Bengal sort of, fell back. Because it's not just, on the field tactics. It takes a lot of preparation, a lot of, mental process that players go through to be ready to play a big game without their major players.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Mohun Bagan players knew that Soninode would not be available for at least a week beforehand. East Bengal players have lost their main player just within a few minutes of the derby.
Match, yeah.
And that's why it became a problem for them.
Yeah.
Because they put in the new guy, Armandi or something. Armand, he's a debutant. He's just been put. He did not expect to go in there in that fashion.
Right.
And with that monumental pressure on his head. Of course, he was not going to play the way Alamna would have played in that position.
Yeah.
What to do? That's what it was.
Situations. Yeah.
Now, the situation was like that. But East Bengal was still creating chances though.
Yeah. Second half it looked much more. Yeah. Second half it looked much more. From East Bengal, it looked attack, but Bagan were brilliant in their defense. That's what you could see in the second half.
East Bengal attack was working fine throughout, but they just did not have the finishing abilities.
Yeah.
This is one of the major newspaper journalists from West Bengal. So before the start of the game, he made this comment, which I think drew a huge amount of laughter at the press box. He said that for Mohun Bagan, the most reliable player today is Willis Plaza. Okay. And it turned out to be so true. So many times Willis Plaza got the ball, it was delivered to him perfectly from the midfield.
Yeah.
But he just kept losing the ball to Tinsley or some other defender.
Yeah. I think this was it is seen
this
from
could not keep it in. And it's not just Plaza. Even Katsumi was not at his best yesterday. You remember East Bengal even got a goal.
Yeah.
Katsumi used to delivered a corner kick and Plaza headed it in.
Yeah.
But the ball had flown out of the playing area on its way.
Yeah.
So the goal did not stand.
But
I have never seen Katsumi Yusa be so wasteful on set pieces.
Yeah.
He did it twice. Not once. Twice the ball just he tried to curve it in, and the ball just went out of play in the air. So you can't be this wasteful, especially when you are a experienced player who has played well in the derbies in the past.
Yeah.
So in fact, he was basically depending on you to deliver. So and then you can't be wasteful like that. And if you are, you fail. That's what happened when the corner kick came in and Jika scored the second goal.
Yeah.
They were again the focus was on marking Kingsley. The focus was on marking Akram. Jika had about 3-4 feet of space on both sides. His finish was brilliant. That was one of the goals of the season. That,
it was absolutely killer.
Brilliant, yeah. But he should have been marked better there. So somebody made a marking error. Somebody made poor choices on who to watch out for during a set-piece situation, and it made them pay. So, yeah, of course, it was a crazy day, man.
Yeah.
You know that Mark's protest. You just saw on the stands. You could see there's thousands of faces of Sony Norde.
Yeah.
Sony Norde himself was there. He was sitting in the VIP box. He was emotional a lot. People were crying in front of the place where he was sitting. They were saying, "Don't go," and he just had to keep saying like, "I'm not going away. I'm going to come back. I'm just get treatment."
Yeah.
So all of that. It was a very emotional and beautiful day in that regard. And some blogs afterwards. I think on East Bengal official. He had a medical situation. I think from what I'm hearing, he got hypertension. He seems to be having a panic attack.
Okay.
During the match, he had to be rushed to a hospital.
Okay.
But he was discharged later when his condition stabilized. So nothing too bad, but basically you had everything. You had memorable goals. You had a record of the second fastest goal in the history of the derby. 55 seconds, I think, in the first half.
Yeah.
The fastest goal was by Akbar in 1976. That was 17 seconds.
Okay.
So, records. You had a double over East Bengal by Mohun Bagan. You had some fights. You had a case of somebody having almost a heart attack in the pitch. Sorry, not in the pitch, in the stands. So, it was just another Kolkata Derby.
Yeah. Now, well, before we conclude this talk on the discussion on the derby, I would want to pick few names. I mean, Chiranjit, you can pick it later now. Well, it's not in any particular order, but the first name tops my list, and I was very happy watching him on the field, Akram. Then comes Fayaz, who's been absolutely brilliant, though in the past we've seen Mohun Bagan sometimes flop, but this guy has been absolutely brilliant and a delight to watch once again. Dipanda Dika. I mean, strikers do have ups and downs, but when they are given the moment, he gets you the goals, and that's what he did. Now, Rene Fernandez, I couldn't be more proud as a friend.
Yes.
Though I don't know him personally, we've just met few times, but then wow, I'm in love with his game. He's so good, and it's so nice for me to see that I know he's good with those tricks, with those loose balls and those turnarounds, and he can just trick a player, his opponent. So he was brilliant. Kingshuk Demnath, though he did some stupidity in the previous games that we've seen, but he knows, he's experienced, and he knows what to play, what to deliver, and how to deliver in the derby. Amazing stuff. Nikhil Kadam, I don't know where will I put him. I will put him everywhere. I mean, from first till the last, I will mention Nikhil Kadam's name. He's been a marvelous...
Nikhil Kadam played. I think the best compliment for him can be that Mohun Bagan did not miss Sony Norde.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way he played in the wing.
Absolutely. And then, of course, Cameron Watson also did his job well. Now, Chiranjit, what I am trying to make a point here is, I've also tweeted this after the match, but I want to make it here as well, is that I don't know, I haven't watched like much derbies or much, playing Kolkata clubs in action, but as much as I've seen Bagan play and comparing it with yesterday's match, I mean, they played as a unit. I saw Mohun Bagan play as a team where everyone wanted this win, and I think they are ready to play without Sunil Norade and not depending on one man. I mean, absolutely kudos to the coach, Shankar Lal Chakrabarti, the whole staff, the whole management for a brilliant Sunday afternoon. What a match. I mean, if we were thrilled watching it on television, I'm sure you enjoyed it, and you know, everyone on the stands enjoyed it. Chiranjit, now if I had to ask you to pick 3 to 4 players, because we're running short on time, 3 to 4 players from Bagan who were brilliant for you.
Well, Nikhil Kadam. I mean, I feel bad because had he not missed a couple of chances, he could have been the hero.
Yeah, 3 chances. 3 chances.
3 chances. Yeah. Imagine if he got even one of them, he would be that would be one thing that people would remember for 50 years to come. He could have been the candidate for the hero of the match as well.
Yeah.
So he missed that. Akram Moghrabi, he's a great striker. He got the assist. He could have been on the score sheet as well. Also missed a lot of chances. Rainier missed a couple of chances.
Yes.
I don't know how many people missed chances for Mohun Bagan. It could have been 6-0, 7-0, very easily.
Yeah.
Very easily. Very dominant performance. Just 2 goals, but you take the win. But I would have loved to see 5-0. Because you haven't, as a Mohun Bagan fan, I want to see a 5-0 win for Mohun Bagan, but it wasn't to be. But I think the biggest takeaway from the game was how Shankar Lal Chakrabarti has changed the way Mohun Bagan attacks. It's no longer long balls and watch out for Sony's crosses and all wing play and shit like that. They were playing short passes in the midfield, let's not call it a tiki-taka because that would be a bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah.
But it was 30% there. And that's saying a lot for a team like this. They were playing short passes. They had great coordination. They were attacking up the middle, up the wing. They were utilizing every inch of space of the pitch. And the way Dika and Akram were changing positions time and again. Sometimes Nikhil was going to the right and the left. He was playing mostly on the left, but he got the assist from the right, remember? So the way these players had already developed this understanding of positioning and the roles that they have to play given a situation. That is very new, refreshing actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's no longer dependent on, and that's what you said. It's right. They're no longer dependent on one man or a couple of star names. It looks like a proper team, and the first time I think in a very long time that it may have come too little too late.
But nonetheless, it was a great match, and considering the fact that Bagan has won both the derbies, it should be a great one. So I think now to sum it up for East Bengal's performance, I would like to quote this tweet from Akash, who put out a long tweet saying about the angry mob and he was part of the crowd and everything. But one thing that I'm taking from his tweet is exactly what I felt on the field, and I'm sure everybody agrees to this, that East Bengal players were behaving like strangers on the pitch. Strangers in terms of playing among each other, and I also felt strangers like they were it looked like they were playing football for the first time. So a lot of weird things happened on the field, and just like probably like Chiranjit mentioned, Khalid wasn't ready to play the match without one of their main players, and Bagan were ready because they had time in hand. That's how I would like to sum it up, the derby, but a great match. We're going to slip in a short break. It's a long first half, I know that. On the other side, we're going to touch upon some other good games that happened over the week and over the weekend. We're going to come back to that, and we also have a match in I-League tonight. All of that on the other side of the break.
Shunyawan, 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 Shunyawan.
$1 billion acquisition. Another copycat startup got formed.
No, the tech world in India is surely moving double the speed of this voiceover.
Tune in to Shunya One every Tuesday to catch us talking to the smartest people we know on the IVM Podcast website, app, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Welcome back, guys. Not only the Derby, there were some other good games that happened over the weekend and some surprising results out there. Churchill defeated Shillong. It's good that Kevin is not on the show today. Probably he would sulk in that. Churchill brothers defeated Shillong Lajong. Yeah, you heard it right. It was a 2-0 win for Churchill. There was something else. Gokulam Kerala FC played Chennai and they got a win. It was a 1-0 victory for them. Northeast United played Chennai FC, and I'm sure this came as a surprise to all, but it was a 3-1 victory for Northeast United where we saw the Indians score a hat-trick. Chiranjit, I would want you to mention a word over here, Len Dungle, if that's how it's pronounced. I always get it wrong. So Chiranjit, how do you pronounce his name once again?
Yeah, well, NFC made a mistake similar to East Bengal's mistake.
Okay.
They were looking out for the usual goal scorers for Northeast United. Yeah, they were putting the main strikers and some of the foreigners in the attacking midfield.
Yep.
It allows a player like Sunderland to make some space and utilize it. And one thing that Sunderland has had a reputation for in his past period is that he can be a poacher. He doesn't score that too often, but you give him a chance, he can score from difficult angles, or even basically utilize half chances with a very enviable accuracy. Even the big strikers would want that kind of thing that he can provide.
Yeah.
He got a chance. He utilized it. I think after the first goal, he just knew it was his day, and he played his heart out. You could see how hard he was working. Like so Sunderland has played for a lot of teams in the past, but he's never had a big platform for a local team. Okay.
Yeah.
He's either he's played for teams outside his region, or he's played for small teams in his region. Northeast United is that team for him. That gives him that a major platform to be a hero to the entire Northeastern region, and do well for the local teams. And that was something new for him. I think that psychological boost that he got after scoring that first goal, you could see the way he was running after every ball. He was dropping down. He was just trying to get. I don't even think he was trying to score all the time. He just wanted to create chances. He was even sending out good balls. Probably he was playing his best game of the career yet. And luckily chances came his way, and he kept putting them away. Chennai FC were kind of under pressure after that. After the momentum of the game went against them. So yeah, it turned out the way it did. I couldn't be more happy for Sunderland.
Yeah.
The way he has proven himself, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably the marriage
you might want to start considering him for the SAS Championship spot. So,
yeah, you never know. Probably the lady luck got a lot of good luck for him in his life. So that's that. And the other matches that happened, Pune City have been on a bloody good run here. What an amazing performance from them to defeat ATK 3-0. So for them, for both home and away to look at, they had a 4-1 thrashing in the first encounter, and at home they had a 3-0. So amazing run from Pune City, and I think everyone's happy seeing them perform well for the first time in ISL. Sometimes luck doesn't.
Have they been trying to just
exactly.
be in the top four?
Yeah,
and semi-final and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so, yeah, it seems like they're on the way. The way they have delivered when they have needed to. It's perhaps something that was lacking in the past seasons. But you can see that they have that spirit this time. The attack is working just right, and they have found a set combination, which is allowing them to keep a level of consistency from game to game.
Yeah.
They're not the best team even. They will drop points here and there, but I think the way they just But consistency, they will, go past the finishing line.
Yeah, absolutely.
And get the best finish.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
I think when we spoke about after the first, like the 3 matches that happened for Kerala Blasters under David James, I asked a question to both of you that is it too early? I think I asked you, is it too early to call the good run for David James? And I think we were too early to do that because after that they've lost 2 matches. They've lost against Jamshedpur and they lost against FC Goa yesterday. So a struggle, still it's ups and downs, so I don't know how. Let's see how from here on they regroup themselves, because the season ahead is going to be tough, even more tougher to get into the top 4. The other match that happened yesterday, Jamshedpur versus Delhi Dynamos. Finally Jamshedpur FC is clicking, they're finding their groove. A 3-2 win was the final scoreline for them. It was a comeback actually, a 2-0 lead of Delhi. They broke it and they won 3-2. A great story for Jamshedpur, right, Chiranjit?
Yeah, well, Jamshedpur are sort of improving their attack.
Yeah.
So they were already working defense-wise from the beginning of the league, but as time went on, I think who's the coach, Steve Koppel, right?
Yeah.
They were working fine defense-wise from the start of the league, but as time went on, Steve Koppel managed to arrange and rearrange the attack to make it more efficient. And it's finally sort of starting to pay off in a similar fashion the way it did at Kerala Blasters. There also he figured out the attack later on. So I think the loss that Kerala Blasters suffered to Jamshedpur FC was that they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. When perhaps the best defense of the of the league, the best defensive team of the league started figuring out its attack. That's when Kerala Blasters played them, and they became the victim of that. And later when, of course, FC Goa beating Kerala Blasters, I don't think anybody should be surprised.
Yeah, absolutely.
FC Goa do have one of the best attacks in the league.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you have Jamshedpur FC versus Delhi Dynamos. I'm actually a little bit surprised that Delhi Dynamos scored 2 goals against Jamshedpur FC. I don't know. I saw maybe Jamshedpur, because of their newfound emphasis in attack, they're playing a higher defense, which is allowing the opponents to have a little bit extra space in the final third. Or maybe that Delhi Dynamos, the way they beat Bengaluru FC, they're fixing their attack, and they found their form finally as well. So you can maybe this is what is to be expected from Delhi Dynamos from now on. But of course, I'm just happy Jamshedpur in the end got the win, because I think they really needed it.
Yeah.
It was one of the most entertaining games.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when it was 2-2, I just switched off saying, okay, this would be the match, and I left home. And then when I see the final score, like, damn, Jamshedpur scored the winner over there. But yeah, that's how, football goes about. Now, before talking about Churchill Brothers versus Indian Arrows, there was another good game that happened in I-League. ISL were hosting Neroka FC. And what a match that was. I mean, Turkovic is now probably known to score a winner for Neroka, because he did just that. Here also it was a comeback story. ISL were leading 1-0 up. Good goal, and then Chidi comes in at the 64th minute to equalize it. And then towards the end of the match, when 5 minutes were remaining for the game, Turkovic does what he does best, score a winner, and that was a very good goal as well. So Neroka are up there in the running for the title. Watch out for this team, and a great way to extend your winning run to 9 matches unbeaten. I mean, beating the defending champions, so nothing better than that. So you'll have to watch out for when Neroka host ISL. That'll be interesting to watch. Now moving on, Chiranjit, we have a good game tonight, because Churchill are finally fighting, showing some results in their favour, and so is Indian Arrows. They've always shown fight. It's never been easy playing against them. So what are you expecting from this game that's going to happen tonight?
I think Churchill are taking this. The way Churchill have done transfer business in January, they have improved. I think they're about 3 times more efficient now, and their attacking prowess has also gone up significantly. this is the kind of that you want Indian arrows to face, by the way. A team that's heavily relying on for players that has actually set out to do transfer business with the specific goal of optimizing their attack through purchase of new players.
Right.
So Churchill will be significant forging. They will be dominant, and I think that's what makes this match, interesting to watch, because you want to see who can go up against people like that and see how they can hold up, basically. So if now I think Indian Arrows are facing the actual testing part of their season, because almost all the teams in the league are improving, and it's more and more difficult for Arrows to keep up. But they still hold the players in the end.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Let's watch out for that, and let's see how good a fight Churchill puts up, or we have another surprise in the making from Indian Arrows. You never know. After a week of good footballing matches, we really expect it to continue from the week hereafter. So I hope it's a great game tonight. That's all. That brings us to the end of the show. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then please show us some love. Like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell icon so you get updates of our new episode. And in case you missed out on a brilliant show that we had on Friday, then do go out and check it out. It's up there on our TFG podcast on YouTube and all the other podcasting apps. We had Joe Morrison on our show. Nothing could get better than that. And if you want to listen to it again, go ahead, and if you haven't, go check it out. Let us know about your comment section. In the comment section, let us know what you think about today's whatever we spoke about today, or anything that you want to tell us. You can do that on Twitter as well, where you can talk to us directly. Chiranjit Oja, Kevin is not here, but you can talk to him as well. Boza_Kevin, Situ Matthew 94. That's my Twitter handle, and follow the TFG Football Twitter handle for all the updates regarding Indian football. And that's all, guys. Get on our website, thefanglass.com, for much more stories on Indian football. Have a great day. Cheers. Enjoy Monday. Enjoy the match, and come back to us tomorrow. Cheers.
There she stands, a podcast addict, outside the bank, having travelled several miles to get in with other poor souls like her. The journey, though daunting for this youngling, will have some comfort because she has downloaded her favourite podcast. You can see more of her species on ivmpodcasts.com, your one-stop destination where you can check out the coolest Indian podcasts. Happy listening.